A woman just trying to get some exercise at the UK Arboretum ends up being groped by a stranger. Now police are warning others.
So I shook his hand and I gave him a hug.
Rowan County Clerk Kim Davis talking publicly tonight for the first time about her meeting with Pope Francis.
Franklin County leaders honor 3 men for their heroic acts.
This is WKYT News at 11.
Good evening. Many people around central Kentucky go there to walk, run, or just enjoy the scenery. But tonight, University of Kentucky police have a warning after a woman was sexually abused at the Arboretum.
The woman says a strange man groped her backside as she was running yesterday afternoon. UK police have now issued a crime bulletin. Monique Blair is tracking the investigation. It's our top story at 11.
I feel like everyone's going there just to enjoy a pretty day. I never feel like there's anyone there to harm me.
The UK Arboretum, known to many as a beautiful place to take in colorful sights and natural sounds. Also a place many people tell me they're surprised to hear that police are investigating after a sexual assault reportedly happened Wednesday evening around 5 o'clock.
It's surprising to me, especially close to campus. It's really unfortunate.
A woman told UK police that while she was running on the paved track, a man ran past her, then slowed down. The woman says as she then passed the man, he slapped and groped her backside. The victim told UK police the suspect then ran in the opposite direction towards the parking lot. The suspect is described as a 20-year-old white male of short stature with light-colored hair. Police say the victim is not a UK student, but it happening on campus is a little too close for comfort for UK junior Anna Cassida.
I would be shocked. I honestly don't know if I would know what to do. It would completely shock me.
In Lexington, Monique Blair, WKYT.
The Arboretum trail hours are from dawn to dusk. New tonight, the Laurel County Sheriff's Office is looking for a hit-and-run driver they say badly injured someone. Deputies say 26-year-old Willie Hubbard was walking on Highway 552 this afternoon when a car hit him, but the driver didn't stop. This picture shows some of the debris left behind by the car. Investigators hope the debris can help them track down the car. Deputies say Hubbard was airlifted to UK hospital with serious injuries.
New tonight, Rowan County Clerk Kim Davis is speaking publicly for the first time about her meeting with Pope Francis. It came during an interview today with EWTN, a Catholic television network. Davis received worldwide attention earlier this year for refusing to issue marriage licenses to same-sex couples, citing her religious beliefs. Davis met with the Pope at the Vatican Embassy in Washington during his visit to the U.S. in September.
The Pope walks in and he holds out his hand, so I shake his hand and then I pull him in and give him a hug, a one-armed hug, you know, and he hugged me back. And then we broke away and he was standing, he said, "I want to thank you for your courage and ask you to pray for me." So he still had his hands out like this, and I took his hands in my hands, and his hands are so soft. I took his hands in my hands and I said, "I will pray for you, and I ask you to pray for me."
And Davis says she's sharing details of that meeting because she hopes it will encourage others who share her position on same-sex marriage. But in a statement in October, a Vatican spokesperson said the meeting should not be considered a form of the Pope's support of her position.
They went above and beyond the call of duty, and tonight 3 first responders were recognized for their heroic actions during a fiscal court meeting in Franklin County. A paramedic was honored for saving a teenager's life in a crash, while 2 deputies were honored for trying to save a child from a burning home. Kristen Kennedy has the story new at 11.
Franklin County leaders packed a room in fiscal court to recognize men who never asked for recognition.
I'm extremely thankful that I was able to help that girl.
Paramedic Jason Stowe wasn't even working last Saturday when he saved a high school student's life. She had just crashed on Interstate 64.
Tried to do anything I could to stop the bleeding, so I got a bungee cord from a truck driver and got a stick from the side of the road and made a hasty tourniquet.
The Lexington firefighter calls what happened outside Frankfort just being at the right place at the right time.
I definitely want to make sure, people keep her in their thoughts and prayers because she's going to need it.
The sheriff also honored 2 of his own men for their actions, trying to save a boy's life in an apartment fire.
You just have a decision. Either you can stand there or you can do something to try and help.
Sergeant Jared Deaton and Deputy Zach Rivers tried to help.
There's a child inside, and we were the first 2 on scene. We had to do something. We couldn't just stand there. It wouldn't have been right.
They ran into a burning apartment complex last month to try and save 2-year-old DJ Johnson.
For that act, we've got a Medal of Valor for each of us.
It's humbling to be recognized by the citizens that you swore an oath to protect and serve. But at the end of the day, we don't do the job for recognition. We do it because it's the right thing to do.
In Frankfort, Kristen Kennedy, WKYT.
They are also humble. The first responders' families also attended tonight's recognition ceremony.
It feels a little more like winter outside tonight as colder air has moved here into the bluegrass, and we could see maybe a few snowflakes tomorrow. Meteorologist Jim Caldwell doesn't have the snow shovel out yet, but he says, yeah, maybe some snow, just a little bit.
Maybe just enough to get you in the spirit for the season here, as we see at least a few. The problem is we're going to go from a few flakes tomorrow to warm and showery going into next week. But tonight, we're on the chilly side. We're already at 31 degrees in Lexington, and you're going to find all kinds of chilly stuff around us, period, at or below freezing. Now, you work your way into southeastern Kentucky, they're still holding a little bit warmer air mass in place down there with some of the mid-and-upper 30s and even a 40-degree reading or 2. So the air is oozing toward you, so it'll be there before the night is completely finished. Cloud cover now starting to work its way into our area as well. We had a big gap of clearing, and that's what allowed us to see some of that sunshine out there earlier today. Now the clearing is working its way a little deeper. So as we go through the overnight, tonight, early tomorrow morning, much colder, around 27 degrees to get us started on your Friday. We go into the daytime hours tomorrow, and what we'll likely see will be at least a few flakes and more clouds around with temperatures stuck in the mid-30s. Look at those flurries flying. And you know what? This graphic might be the best shot some of you have to see them because they're going to be the chances few and far between. We'll track the warm-up coming up for next week as well here in just a little bit, guys.
Tonight, federal authorities have arrested a friend of one of the people involved in those deadly terror attacks in San Bernardino, California.
Enrique Marquez has been charged with conspiring to provide material support to terrorists, a firearms violation, and immigration fraud. Investigators say he bought 2 assault rifles and explosives that Syed Farouk and Teshfeen Malik used in the attack. They say Marquez confessed that he and Farouk planned but abandoned several terrorist plots. Neighbors say his family is asking for privacy.
He's just a great kid, and we'll see what God has planned for him because, you know, he doesn't deserve all this.
Marquez is the first person to be arrested in connection to the attack. He could face additional charges. New tonight, a Scott County man faces more than 24 charges related to child pornography. The Kentucky Attorney General's Cybercrimes Unit arrested 59-year-old Robert Jackson today at his Georgetown home. Investigators say they found a laptop in the home that had hundreds of child pornography files on it.
Former Kentucky Agriculture Commissioner Richie Farmer is expected to leave a federal prison in West Virginia tomorrow. Family members say he'll be taken to a Kentucky halfway house to serve the remainder of his sentence. He's serving a 27-month sentence for misappropriating government resources while in office. Farmer was a UK basketball star in the early 1990s.
Tonight, movie theaters all across the bluegrass were packed with fans wanting to see the new Star Wars movie. In Lexington, theaters began showing Star Wars The Force Awakens at 7 tonight. Many showings were sold out tonight, including at the Kentucky Theater. Fans there showed up in costumes of their favorite characters, and they even brought out their lightsabers. They told us it was important to be at the first showing of the movie.
Probably to avoid spoilers, because it's nice. It's something special going to the first showing of a movie. I've been doing it since the original, or the prequel trilogy came out.
I'm excited to see what new characters they have coming on and how well they do, because I'm a little apprehensive because of how 1 through 3 went, but I'm hopeful that there's better acting in this new one.
Cinemark at Fayette Mall planned more than 20 different showings of the movie tonight. More than $100 million in tickets for the new Star Wars movie were pre-sold in just North America alone.
This week, the University of Kentucky announced it will begin using a new logo next semester. According to the Kentucky Colonel, UK will retire the logo featuring the silhouette of Memorial Hall and replace it with this. The new logo is similar to the one already being used by UK Athletics. UK worked with a branding partner and a design firm to develop a new brand and logo.